Onlookers call the divisions in Canada a crisis, but the Prime Minister today would not.
Do you, as the leader of this country, think that national unity is at risk right now?
I do not share the assessment to the extent that others have. I think there is a level of rhetoric that is maybe not as reassuring as it could be. I think there are very real frustrations. I think there is very real anger that needs to be dealt with in Alberta and Saskatchewan.
Conservative politicians in those provinces blame the Liberals for that anger.
Listen, there is frustration here in the Prairie provinces.
It will pose a very serious challenge to national unity.
Pointing to statements like this one Trudeau made in 2017.
You can't make a choice between what's good for the environment and what's good for the economy. We can't shut down the oil sands tomorrow. We need to phase them out.
Do you believe that the oil sands will be phased out?
I think we're always going to need hydrocarbons into the future. We'll just need less of them and in different ways. And I know that that's not going to happen anytime soon.
As he deals with disunity at home, Trudeau faces a troubled relationship with China, which 1 year ago detained these two Canadians, Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor.
To advance the interests of China and Canada together.
Shortly before the men were arrested, Trudeau said he was pursuing a free trade deal with China. Those plans were shelved.
Given how they've treated this country over the last year, would you ever pursue a formal free trade agreement again with China?
I think we're a long way from that. China will make its own decisions, and until there is room to find that common ground, I don't think that greater free trade with China is really something we can explore.
But you won't rule it out if the situation were to be resolved with those two Canadians?
Oh, if the situation were to be resolved with these two Canadians and we were to see significant positive motion in other ways, this might be interesting. But it's not for any time soon.
So Vashti, Trudeau obviously dealing with his first minority government. Did it give you any sense of how long he thinks it will last?
Well, I really wanted to know whether or not the Prime Minister or his party would be the ones to prompt an election or whether that would totally be in the opposition's hands. And the question is an interesting one because of the current political context. The opposition's capacity to be able to fight an election is very much diminished because of particularly the Conservatives lately, the resignation of their leader. The Prime Minister said it's even his New Year's resolution, though, to work more collaboratively with opposition parties. However, at the same time, and I think this is key, he also says that his party is preparing for an election as we speak. They are preparing for it as soon as possible, which gives us a hint about kind of the inherent fragility of his government, be that it is a minority. Rosie?
Okay, Vashti, thanks for that and for the interview. Appreciate it.
Anytime.